So I just wanted to start off by saying I know the title is Disneyland Paris and Val D'Europe haul, but at the beginning of this video will be a little stuff not from either of those locations. I've just stuck with this title because that's the title we always do for these videos, and I probably won't have enough, you know, characters to write out the whole title, but hey, it's all Disney. That's the important part. Hello there, friendly nerd, Tori here. How are we? I hope you're all doing well. So, as you can tell from all the vlogs, and if you follow me on Instagram, I have just come home from a trip to Disneyland Paris, which obviously, if you know anything about me, always entails a trip into Val D'Europe, but I haven't included the vlogs here yet. There is going to be a video to come. I didn't vlog as much as I thought I would, so it's going to be part vlog plus part story time. But if you want on Instagram, you'd have joined the whole journey. Before I went to Disneyland Paris, I actually went up to Denmark. We travelled 5 countries in 5 days. We did the overnight ferry from Holland, from Essex to Holland, and then drove up to Denmark. So we went through Holland, Germany, Denmark, and then spent the weekend up there and then came down to Disneyland Paris. So obviously by having some time on a ferry in Denmark, I did do some shopping there. And it's all Disney, so I thought I'd include them at the beginning of this video, and then we'll work on to Val D'Europe and on to Disneyland Paris. And also just to surprise all of you, because if you've watched my hauls, I don't usually do things in order, I usually just get them as we get to them. I've got everything in order on the bed so we can work through them as we get to them. I know, organisation. Yeah, that's just a bit of ramble out of the way just to say there's going to be more than the title says, but don't worry, it's all Disney. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. So yeah, before the holiday had even technically started, we did the overnight ferry, which goes from Harwich in Essex over to the Hook of Holland, and it's overnight, so you know, you get a cabin, you sleep, and by the time you wake up, you're in Holland, ready to start your holiday. But obviously, being a ferry, you do get we love it, just as airports, the duty free. Now on this, I've done loads of ferries, obviously between Dover and Calais. I've done this ferry crossing a few times in the past, but this boat was different than most boats I've been on. Usually you just get one massive duty-free shop. This one, you got 2 shops either side of like the corridor. One absolutely massive one that I didn't actually even go in because you could see from the windows it was entirely alcohol and cigarettes. The one directly opposite it was more my kind of thing. You've got all your touristy gift attractions, like there's a bit for all your British touristy things, like you've got like all your London stuff, you've got Big Ben, red buses, all your typical London merch. Then right next to it you've got typical Holland merch, like you've got loads of daffodils and clogs and windmills. Any last minute bits you need to pick up. Then there's also loads of sweets and food, and I found a little, this was right up my street, I can't believe I found this. A Disney Pez travel pack. And if you know anything about my Disney collection, you know I have a large collection of Pez. And yeah, this was just a little travel pack. So I really like the packaging. It's got like greetings in, you know, different languages. Got Mickey and Minnie on the front, and in it you do get 1 Pez dispenser. This one has Mickey. I did literally sit there in the shop. I went through all the packs to see which different characters they had. They also had Donald and Pluto and loads of Mickeys. I already have Donald and Pluto in my collection. I have quite a few Mickeys, but they're different ones of him. I haven't actually got this one, which is just a standard Mickey, so I went with this one. And then obviously you get the standard Pez sweets, and then you get loads of like different, you get fizzy things there. You get this cool box. I'm not sure what they're actually called because I think everyone calls them something different, but when I was a kid they were called candy cigarettes. You know, the little white sticks that come in like little matchbox things? Everyone calls them something different, but that's what they were where I'm from. You've got a box of them. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But look, Mickey and Minnie on the packaging are dressed in some Dutch outfits, which I thought was pretty cool because that is where the crossing is going, you know, to Holland. Yeah, so I got that in the duty-free shop on the ferry, and I think it was €5, I think. Okay, next we're going up to Denmark. I wasn't expecting to buy anything while I was in Denmark, so I went up for the Speedway Grand Prix. I got loads of things from the Grand Prix, but they're all freebies, so I wasn't going to show you them in this video. But the day after the Grand Prix, we went exploring around like all the local areas, and we went to this like beach resort place, and obviously seaside shops had loads of them. We had to walk down them all, and there was this one shop. It was literally your typical seaside shop, you know, selling little like glass animal things and seashells and all your typical seaside touristy stuff. But behind the counter, they had hundreds, I think that's safe to say, hundreds of Disney traditions, like all of them, Mickey, Minnie, Stitch. They had a whole little Christmas bit as well, full of Disney traditions, and I thought I'd treat myself to one. I only have one Disney tradition in my collection. I'd love to have more, but they are a bit pricey. So I just thought, we were in the middle of like nowhere in Denmark on this seaside resort place, somewhere I'd never heard of until then, and I'd walked into this random shop and found loads of Disney traditions. I took it as a sign. I treated myself to a little one. Now, I can't remember what the rate is between pounds and the Danish currency, which I think is krona. Do correct me if I'm wrong. I think we worked it out as it's roughly divided by 10 to get it into pounds. So this was 282 krona 50, which we think works out at about 28 pounds. And can you guess what I got? Try and open the box without breaking a nail. That's gonna be I hate the sound of this. I hate that sound. There he is. So I got this little small Pooh. I just noticed on the bottom it's called, don't know if it's going to focus, Beloved Bear, which I thought was really cute. It's so cute. There was literally so many Winnie the Pooh ones, it was so hard to pick from, but this was the smallest one, and so I thought for a little treat myself it'll be small. And as I said, I think it works out for about 28 pounds. Yeah, like I love the flower design on the base, which goes all the way round. And I just love the Disney Traditions pattern work on them, like on his jumper and all over his... It's so cute. And look, he's got little blushing cheeks. That's so cute. So yeah, I was just really happy that I found this. It was such a random thing to come across, you know, in a little seaside town in Denmark. Loads of Disney traditions. But, you know, took it as a sign that I needed to treat myself to one. Okay, and that was all I got from the little pre-Disney part of the holiday. As I said, we then went from Denmark, we then drove down through Germany, had an overnight stop in Luxembourg, and then drove from Luxembourg down to Disney. And as you guys know, on Disney travel days, I have to stop off at Val D'Europe. I have to. Usually I go pretty wild in the Primark there. You guys probably know that. I stayed pretty self-controlled. It's quite surprising, but a lot of their stock over there now is pretty similar to what we have in the UK. So it was mostly all stuff I'd already seen. But when I was traveling to get to Harwich for the overnight ferry and I was scrolling on Instagram, I did see that Primark had released some new Winnie the Pooh pajamas. So I was crossing my fingers that they would have them in Val d'Europe, and they did. They are so fluffy. I think you can even see the fluffiness through the camera. So it's this little shorts and like crop top set. I'll show you the shorts first. It's in like this brown, like very autumnal colour. And then it's got Pooh on one of the legs, looking in his empty honey pot. And how much were these? These were €13. And then the matching little crop top, vest top, whatever you want to call it, to go with it. And then the design on it, it's got Pooh holding his tummy and it says easy like Sunday morning. And honestly, this is just so comfy as well. And how much was this top? This was €11. And then I also picked up these. I think I might have already seen them in some UK stores, but they were right next to these pajamas and I just thought they went so well with them. I already have enough Disney slippers, specifically Winnie the Pooh slippers, but you can never say no to another pair. So I got this little slip on. Look, it's just his little Pooh's face, and it's got his ears. It's got the nice brown fluffy inside. It's just like cream. These were €6. Don't you think they just go so well with the pajamas? I thought they were matched really well, and I don't think they actually are meant to be a matching set, these with them, but they were next to them and I thought they matched well. So okay, now we finally arrived to the Disneyland Paris section of the haul. I have put it all into one bag except for a couple of things, so I'll just go through the things outside of the bag first and then we'll do the things in the bag. It's a mixture of things I picked up in the village and picked up in the parks, but the things that I think we'll just start off with If you have watched my haul from my last Disneyland Paris trip, when I went for the opening of the 30th anniversary, I'll leave it up here if you haven't already seen it. But I picked up most of the things I wanted for the 30th anniversary, except for a couple of things that hadn't been released yet that were going to be released in the weeks following my trip. And on this trip, they were there, so I was able to pick them up. And they were the popcorn bucket. I am one of those people, I collect popcorn buckets. So when I saw this released, they had it on my last trip. They had pictures of it on like all the like food carts and popcorn carts. They just hadn't got it in stock yet. So as soon as I saw it, of course. And Disney do, I'm not sure if it's like international park, but at Disneyland Paris, with things like souvenir stuff like this, this would have been like 13 euros just for the souvenir bucket, or if you wanted popcorn with it, it was 14 euros. And they do fill the bucket, so you get quite a lot of good popcorn in there. Yeah, so on the front of the bucket, it has Mickey and Minnie in their anniversary outfits with the 30th logo in front of the castle. And then around the bucket, you've got loads of fireworks. And then on the back, you have Chip and Dale in their anniversary outfits. It says Disneyland Paris 30. And on the lid, you've got the Mickey ears with, again, some fireworks, and then the logo Disneyland Paris. So this was one of the things that I wanted on my last trip, but it wasn't available, but I got it. And exact same with this. I haven't actually taken it out of the wrapper yet, because this is how they give it to you. You can get these, again, from like any of the refreshment stations around the park, or I got this from Toad Hall restaurant. You can get it from most quick services as well. It's a cold tumbler, but you can also get the hot version as well. And exact same with the popcorn, you can get it in a deal if you buy a cold drink. I think the cup just by itself was 12 euros, but if you wanted a cold drink with it, it was 13 euros, so you're getting a large cold drink for €1. The only thing is with the hot and cold cups, they don't put the drink in it. You will get the cup separately. As you saw, that was still in the packaging. That's fine. But yeah, it's a decent size. And yeah, blue and sparkly. You've got the characters on the front, and they're just in front of various attractions of Disneyland Paris. So if you've got the castle there just behind Minnie, you've got some of Discoveryland over here behind Daisy. You've obviously got Hyperspace Mansion there. You've got City Hall there. You've got Phantom Manor there. I think that's the Cowboy Cookout restaurant. Pretty sure that is. Also got the steam train, they're right back there. You've got Dumbo flying up there. There's just so many little details. And then you've got Disneyland Paris 30 up the top there. But look at that, you've got Tinkerbell right next to that. So many things to look at on it. I love it. Oh, I just noticed, the more I look at it, the more I notice. Over here, you've got the 3 fairy godmothers. So yeah, you've got the lid with the Mickey ears, a massive straw. And what I also noticed while I was there, the straw is also a spoon. So you could have like slush puppies in it as well. So yeah, that was another thing I wanted on the last trip, but wasn't available. But it is now. Okay, and this next thing, when they announced that before the 30th anniversary started, they did a release of all the pictures of all the new merchandise we'd be getting for the anniversary. This is the thing that caught everyone's attention and everyone wanted. And then when it went out for sale, the shelves got wiped clean of it. It was impossible to get. They did the occasional restock of it, but it was impossible to get. Now I think they've done the opposite and they have overstocked it, because they've now got it in. I got this from Newport Bay, the hotel, but I think you could also get it in like World of Disney in the Village. I didn't actually see it in the parks. You might have been able to, I don't know. But they had it on for a deal where you'd get it for 10 euros when you spent 20 euros. Does that make sense? So you'd spend 20 euros in the shop and then you'd be able to buy this for 15 instead of its original price, which I can't remember what the original price was. And it is the Mickey soap hand dispenser. I've never been so excited about buying a soap dispenser, honestly. So it's got the Mickey and Minnie anniversary in the front, the famous Mickey soap dispenser there, and it is in the scent grapefruit. Yeah, I'm very happy that I got this. This was like one of the big things that I wanted from the anniversary. like that and the Loungefly that went so quickly. But now I have everything that I wanted. When they did the announcement of everything that came out and I made my little mental shopping list of what I wanted, I can now say that I got everything that I wanted. So that's really happy. And especially it's this, I've wanted one of these ever since like they've had it in Tokyo and Walt Disney World. When I've been seeing my friends from international parks with it, it's just something I've always wanted to have. So now I have one, and it's the Paris one. I'm so excited to use it. I have seen other people, like my friends, that have also been able to get this from Disneyland Paris. They have said on Amazon you can get soap to refill it, because obviously it has to be the foaming sort, and people have shared on Instagram the perfect one you can get off Amazon to refill it. So that's even better knowing you can refill it and reuse it. So yeah. Okay, and now onto that little bag I mentioned, but also we'll just need to mention the bag because that counts as a purchase. It's one of the reusable bags. Can't remember how much it was. It was the smallest size one that they had, but I had to get it because I had a reusable bag on me, but I collect these. They had some new ones last time I went, and they've got like these Bag for Lifestyle ones, like the blue ones with like loads of park attractions on it. This one was a new one I'd seen the first time this trip. So this side, obviously you've got the anniversary 30 on it with the castle. Yeah, pretty standard size, but what I didn't realise till after I brought it, because this was the side that was hanging up. When you turn the bag around, you've got obviously Walt Disney Studios, the water tower, iconic. You've got Avengers Campus on there as well. How cool is that? You've got Spider-Man slinging up there. You've got Web, the ride. I'm obsessed with that ride. It's so fun. Yeah, and you've got like the big A for Avengers. That's cool. So I like it how on either side of the bag, you've got the parks. So you've got Disneyland Park, Walt Disney Studios. I really like that. Yeah, I can't remember how much the bag was, but that's the bag. Now let's do the contents of the bag. So while I was away on the weekend that I was in Denmark, it was my best friend's birthday. And I said to her, did she want me to pick her up something from Avengers Campus while I was away and then give it to her when I got back. So this is her present, and I know by the time this video goes up, I'll have already given it to her. I got this in the gift shop from the Web Slingers ride. So it's a mug and it says Avengers Campus, Disneyland Paris, and it has the big Avengers logo. And on the other side, the bit that I found really cool, got the Quinjet flight crew. And then just up here, which I didn't notice till after I brought it, it's got a little stamp that said, I don't know if you can see that. There you go, I think it's just focused. It says Quinjet Division Paris, which I thought was a really cool little touch. And yeah, you got a picture there, the Quinjet. I thought that was a really cool mug. It's quite big as well. So yeah, and it's also dishwasher and microwaveable safe. I'm one of those people, I always have to look out for that when I'm buying mugs. So yeah, that is a birthday present for my friend. I think I'll just also do a couple of other things I got from studios. So I don't know if the shop has actually got a name. This is not going to be helpful for you that haven't been to Disneyland Paris, but for those of you that have, you know when you head into studios, like you've literally just gone through the ticket barriers and you're in the outside courtyard bit before you go through Studio 1. There's that shop on the left. That shop. I got some Christmas decorations. These are also available in the main park. In case you didn't know, at Disneyland Paris, we have two shops actually inside the castle. One of them, when you go in and it's on the right, it is an all year round Christmas shop. No matter what time of year you go, it'll be open and they'll be selling Christmas stuff, and it's magical. So you can also buy these in that shop, but it's hard to swing a cat in there. It's always very busy, so I rarely actually go in that shop because of how busy it is. But I knew I wanted these because these were new for this year. So I was just going to face the music and go into the shop and, you know, kind of, excuse me. But then when I was in studios and I saw that you could buy them in that shop, I was like, it was much quieter. So, you know, same product, same price, quieter shop. So just little Christmas ornaments. You've got the little ribbon here to hang on your tree. And you've got like, I think it's wood, this part. But you get a little tree there with like some little beads. And then you get little Eeyore with his sparkly Christmas hat on. And I did look through the shop for a while because I was to find the perfect one, because there was ones like where he had a bit of red glitter but on the white bit of his rim, and then you had like little bits of black markings on it, and I stayed there until I found the perfect one. And also his little tail bow is glittery as well. How cute. How cute! And obviously the Pooh one as well, so it's the exact same with the ribbon, the little Christmas tree and the little beads. And then Pooh has got his sparkly red top on with a sparkly Santa hat. Ooh. How cute is that? And exact same with Eeyore. I stayed there until I found the perfect one without any glitter, out of place and out any markings. And these were €12 each. I think next we'll move on to the thing I actually purchased last. I brought it on the way out of the main park after fireworks on the last day. And then we'll do a big hitter. You'll see. It's covered in glitter from the ornaments. Oh my god. Anyway, I'd seen loads of my friends on Instagram wearing these around the parks and I thought they looked so cool. I did see them when I went on my March trip, but it wasn't something that stood out for me. But then when I saw people actually wear, it's always different when you see something hung up on a shelf to when you see someone wearing it. Do you know what I mean? When I saw people I knew wearing it, I was like, oh my god, that is really cute. And it is. It's purple. You could also get it in blue with Mickey on it, but I got the mini version. This purple t-shirt, you got Minnie in her anniversary outfit. It's got glitter on it from the Christmas ornaments. And on one of the sleeves, this sleeve does just say Disneyland Paris 30. But as you can see, I'm struggling to show you it. It's a t-shirt, but it's like a dress length t-shirt. So if I hold it up on myself, it comes to about mid-thigh area. So yeah, I'd probably wear it with like some, I think if I got some pink cycling shorts, that would look cute because they would like match in with Minnie there. I think that would look cute. Wear this with some cycling shorts. I think that would look really cute. But yeah, I saw my friends wearing it around the park, so I was like, okay, I want one. Sizing was a bit weird on this. Usually, so at Disneyland Paris, I always have to size down on things. And this, they did this. So I got this in a small/medium. Although you could get it in a large/XL or vice versa. This was the smallest size they could do, and I think it still might be a bit big on me because for some reason Disneyland stuff always comes up a bit bigger. But I think that is the look you're meant to go for with it. Obviously the longness is what it's supposed to be, but, and how much was it? It was €30. Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Now what I was saying about that big hitter. I knew I'd wanted these before I stepped foot in the park. Before I actually stepped foot on the ferry to go to Denmark, I knew I wanted these. Disneyland Paris releases new pins like every month, I think, and I'd already seen these that I knew I wanted. That was one collection. This is technically two different collections in here. That one collection I already knew I wanted. The other collection that I got released way back in the beginning of this year, and I was able to get one pin from the collection. The rest was sold out or not there. I couldn't find them, but they were there this time, so I was able to complete the collection. It's a whole lot of pins, and obviously the pins, I've only got the colour coded system on them, which I can never remember, but I brought these all in one go at World of Disney and it was €82. So, but there's a fair amount of pins here, so hold tight. First off, I think we'll start with the ones from the collection that I tried to start last time. It's a Small World pin collection. I got the Goofy one last time where he's in Venice and he's on the gondola. And then these ones were here as well. So this one is Stitch. I think he's in front of the Eiffel Tower. I think it's the scene at the end of Small World, isn't it? But yeah, Stitch is looking really cute. As I said, it's a yellow colour and I can never remember what the colours equal up to. But yeah, that's Stitch and he's a yellow. And there's this one which is really cool. So it's Chip and Dale outside the Tower Bridge. And they're both dressed as Beefeaters. And you've got one of the Small World characters there just as a Beefeater, holding the British flag. And yeah, it's actually two separate pins. So that's pretty cool. And this was a pink colour-coded one. So obviously a bit more expensive than that one because it's technically you're getting two pins. Yeah, those were the ones for the Small World collection. And they can go next to my Goofy one now. This collection I went a bit wild on. I literally bought one of everything that was available in the collection. It's all Winnie the Pooh though, so who's surprised? No one's surprised. Anyway, let's start off with the big ones first. So we've got this one, which is a colour pink as well. if you know what the colour codes mean. That might mean something to you. And it's Pooh and Piglet like having a little sleep on a cloud with a little balloon. It's so cute. And the backing boards for this collection, it's so cute. So it's just white, it has Disneyland Paris up there. Then you've got the little honey tree up here with some bees flying around it. Got some honey pots down here, little mushrooms down there. It's so cute. And then there's this one, which is also a pink colour code. And you've got all the characters, Pooh, Eeyore, Tigger and Piglet. And what I really love about this collection is just look how cute they are. And they've all, except for Eeyore, but that is because he's kind of squashed down on the floor. Can you see that? They've all got little pink rosy cheeks. It's so cute! And you can buy the characters all individually. So I did. And these were all green. I think, is green the cheapest on the colour coding thing? I think green's the cheapest and pink's the most expensive. And the other one's slotting somewhere in between, I think. I can never remember. Got Winnie the Pooh here. And what I just noticed on these cards compared to the bigger one. So you've got the same honey pots, mushrooms, tree, but look up in the corner. There's a little sun. That's so cute. Then there's little Eeyore. And he's just kind of, you know, having a little lie down. It's so cute. Piglet. Oh, that is so cute. Especially Piglet with the pink rosy cheeks. That is so cute. Doing like a little, that kind of pose. So cute. And last, but by no means least, Tigger. And look how happy he is. He's doing some bouncing. Isn't that the happiest face you've ever seen? That is so cute. Yeah, that's what I meant by the last thing was a big hitter. I kind of went to town on the pins. But they're all things that I'd already seen and I knew I wanted. It wasn't like I just walked into the world of Disney and swiped them all in my basket as an impulse buy. I went in there prepared knowing that was what I wanted, and yeah, I'm very happy. Hold up, I almost forgot. They're on a separate pile, so I almost forgot. But on the way home, we did the usual ferry from Calais to Dover, and obviously went in the duty-free shop again. And this time it was a normal shop, unlike the ferry beforehand. Everything was in one shop, and they had a big little toy section. So I got Pooh, Tigger. I did get Eeyore as well, but gave him to my mum, and they didn't have a Piglet, which was quite unfortunate. And I was only going to get Pooh because he was the last one on the shelf. But then, you know, Tigger looked at me, and then Eeyore looked. I'm kind of sad that they didn't have Piglet as well, but I got these. Can't remember how much. I think they were $6.99 each. I think that was in euros. I can't remember. Sometimes the boats deal in pounds, sometimes they deal in euros, but I think this one was in euros. So yeah, those were the last bits. So that is everything I picked up from Disneyland Paris / Val D'Europe / Denmark / the overnight ferry. You see, that would just make a long title. But yeah, that's everything I picked up. And just a little disclaimer. This is by no way, shape or means meant to brag or show off. You guys just always like to see what I got from my holiday. I always like watching these kind of videos, and also enjoy sharing it with you, just so in case you've never been to Disneyland Paris or Val D'Europe, or you're planning a trip over, you can kind of know what to expect. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, please pop that thumbs up button. Let me know what was your favourite from the video. I honestly can't pick a favourite. I honestly can't. I got a good little bundle, I think. Anyway, if you'd like to see more from moi, don't forget to click subscribe down below, and while you're down there, don't forget to ding the notification bell. I mean, you might as well. You're already down there, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!